And we're live. Hello, and welcome to another Exosphere Hangout. Tonight, our guests are Zach Barnes, also known as Zach, and Ezekiel Jerejan, also known as Zeke. And Zach and Zeke are participants of the current Exosphere Bootcamp, and they agreed to do this conversation with us to talk about their experiences, what brought them here, etc. So, Zach, let's start with you. What brought you to Exosphere? What were your first reactions here? Tell us a bit about your story.
Yeah, so I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia. My background's in mortgage underwriting, and I did that for about 2.5 years before I got here. And it was terrible. Hated it. I was bored out of my mind every day, constantly sought for something different, something better. Like most people do, sitting in their cubicles. So I just one day I was just surfing around the internet trying to find something else, trying to find my way out, and I stumbled across Exosphere. You guys are in the process of your first boot camp, and I just kind of watched how that went through. I thought, you know what, I could do that. This could be my way to, try something new, explore something new, and get myself out of this rut I'm in. So I applied like the day it was available, first chance you could. Got in, got down here, and the rest is history, I guess.
Yeah, so you're here now.
Yeah.
And Zeke, what about you?
Well, I was in Buenos Aires. That's where I live. I was working in Disney, and I think I was like looking for a change because I felt that I was in a good job. I was doing something that I was actually interested, but like I always had like this little flame of entrepreneurship. Like I always had to do something on my own, even like besides my job. And I found out about Exosphere in a Facebook group through a person that I hadn't even met, and I just found it really interesting. I started to talk with this guy, and I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. I started to look the website and the people that were involved. I said every time it was like I was a little more engaged. And, well, it was not an easy decision. I mean, as I told you, I was more or less in a quite good position back home, but I felt that I needed something else. I needed a change. I felt like a bigger call in a way, and I just decided to try it, and I got to talk with this guy who I never met, that brought me to you, and it was after I talked with you guys, just like, yeah, I think I have to do this.
Right. Well, I want to give a bit background for the people that are watching. You two live together.
Yes.
And you have quite an interesting friendship. So this is one of the good reasons for you to do this with us is like you lived Exosphere from a different, maybe like a very special, in a very special way. And and it's one of the things that we like to highlight the most is the kind of bonds people can get here. So what we're going to do is sort of focus on that, like now that we know what kind of brought you here, what are the things that happened not only for you individually but also together? What kind of things you did together here? And for the people that are watching, they can get their questions, and we'll eventually get to them. What were the first reactions when you guys get here? Not just for the Exosphere bootcamp, but also with each other. You were here the first few days. What were you thinking, Zach, from the bootcamp and from the day-to-day life with Ezekiel?
Ezekiel, first thought was, thank God he speaks Spanish. I was really scared after getting off the airplane and realizing what I thought I knew about Spanish didn't amount to anything in Chile. So that was a huge plus. I was also kind of pissed. He took the big bed. I sleep in a twin-size bed in a dark room. He gets the balcony and the window and the queen-size bed. So he was here first, so we'll give him credit for that. So yeah, that was. But I was actually really happy because he's a really cool guy. It was easy, just like, hey, let's go for a walk, just talk, get to know each other. We're gonna live together for 3 months. Let's make this work.
Right.
So we got along really well just the first couple of days, and then Almost sounds like I'm telling about a relationship.
Which is still a recurring joke here
Yes.
at Exosphere.
Yes.
We're live, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the first reactions.
What about you, Steve? What was your guy here first
Well, I
reactions?
opened the door and I thought, oh my god, this guy's huge, and I got the big bed. So, should I give him the bed? But no. But yeah, it's like you say. I mean, I think we both like enjoy our company because we're both like open-minded. We came looking for something similar, and it means we're pretty easygoing. So we just got like a good start from the beginning, and we were able to maintain it for a while. Like we worked together in some stuff. We had some good times. We went to Santiago with a bunch of other people, but it's like I don't know. We know how to handle each other. We know the strengths and like what we can tell to each other, and for like the short period we know, and we've been like we getting to know ourselves really
So
good.
you say something. We got here for similar reasons, but what's interesting is that Zach was maybe more in a I hate this thing, and you were more like, this is okay, but
Yeah,
I could.
something else.
Right. So what was that initial? Did you guys have a lot of conversation about what got you guys here, and did you learn a bit about what you should do for yourself from the other person?
I don't remember too many times. I know we had like an initial conversation. This is what I did. This is what I did, and then from there we just kind of started talking about like what's next.
Right.
We did a real quick. This is where we're from, but where are we going? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember too many times we've talked about it.
I remember also that, for example, the first time that we did laundry, like, and we were there sitting while like while the clothes were being washed, and I was like, we just started talking about ideas. Like, I have all these kind of ideas. He brought like his list of ideas. I had mine, and we just started like, hey, okay, what can we do together? Like, we're living together. We might as well work together. I mean, and see how it goes from then on.
Right. So the just by being in a place with no restrictions, you can kind of go crazy about anything. Just start talking. That's fantastic. And you know the work. What is it that you guys were expecting to do here in Exosphere before you came? And what is it that you actually started working on, and how did that play out?
Prior to Exosphere, I've been trying to teach myself like programming stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the I think it was like the second week or third week, we immediately got thrown into this app building challenge.
Second week, yeah.
Yeah, so we all just threw into it. I found that actually everything that I tried to teach myself started clicking, and I started picking it up really quickly. And then from there, it really helps when we actually started getting to our own business ideas. I found out that I could contribute a lot via just learning how to program and building at the same time. Like I think we have a website for something that we built, and I built it completely from scratch. Wow. I learned a few different new parts of different languages just so I could build it. So.
How about talk about the website? Talk about the project you guys started building together.
Yeah, do you wanna?
Well, the idea was after we did some exercise that Zach's mentor actually told us about. Like, think on one side, what are the things you like, you enjoy. On the other side, what are the things you know how to do.
Mm-hmm.
And after like list of these two things and like talking to each other, we thought about this project that is sort of a shared economy, a culinary shared economy, I would say. What we want to do is we're thinking there's like this trend of good food, like author's cuisine, all that. I want to see how could we get all these new chefs to offer their product to people in their houses. Like, instead of just needing to go to a restaurant and take the trouble of having to make a reservation or have to wait in line to get your table or whatever, you maybe have a gathering and you can hire a chef that goes to your place and cooks something great, and for maybe the price would be the same, and you're getting like really comfortable in your place, having someone to cook for you, buy the groceries, wash, clean the dishes. Everything's made for you.
Right.
So,
and what is in the process of doing that? Because correct me if I'm wrong, but this was the first business you guys were tackling individually, right? in your personal lives? This was the first time you guys were tackling entrepreneurial.
I've tried a few things back home.
Oh, you tried a few things,
but never to this extent. Like we came up with like a website management thing back in the States for small businesses. Had like maybe one or two clients, but it was always just a side gig, never really something that we went full on for. This was the first time for me, at least, where we built it, we strategized on it, we made it was the primary focus of what we were doing.
Right. And what were some of the unexpected good things and bad things of that process? What did you go through that you didn't think you were gonna experience or learn when building this?
Well, I think one of the good things is that one usually doesn't expect that if he goes out there and starts to like throw the ideas around, talk to people, how much feedback you can get. There's usually a lot of fear of, no, I can't go around telling my idea, they're probably going to steal it. And I have this theory that if someone actually hears like a 2-minute pitch of your idea and steals, well, they probably deserve it more than you, because they're working harder than you, and you didn't want it to go for that idea actually.
Right.
Because the idea was yours. You're the one that actually knows everything.
Right.
And you got like the leverage in that situation.
Right. Yeah. It is one of those outdated ways of thinking. The idea that someone may steal.
Right.
Just hearing about it. And what about you, Si? What do you think with the process? Other than coding, you were sort of a model for everyone on how fast you learned coding and how good you got at it. But what else didn't see happening as you build the business?
It was actually learning that I can still pursue a business even though there's other people doing it. I think because we sat down and we hashed out this idea, we thought about it, we're like, this is incredible. No one's doing this, and then we started Googling, and there's like 3 companies in the States that do it. There was one that here tried to do it, and then for whatever reason they closed their doors. And feeling like, oh man, someone else did it, I can't. And then we talked through Skinner and a few other people, and they're like, why not?
So what?
Yeah, so what?
Right.
Do it. You can do it better. You can do it differently.
Right.
There's always a reason why you can pursue your idea regardless of competition.
Right.
So we even found out, we found out through talking to people that they never heard about these other companies. They had no idea about them. So, and they were still excited about the idea. So it's still.
Right. Well, and what about some? By the way, anyone that's watching wants to ask questions, we'll feel free to put them in the Q&A, and we'll get to them in a few minutes. So, sort of a total. Let's switch topics. Not so much about business. What about the daily life of Exosphere for you guys? Like, you became friends not only between the two of you, but with a bunch of other people. There's no there's no jobs. There's no you have to do a certain time or anything. You're sort of free to do whatever you want, and with all these people from all over the world. So, what is that day-to-day life like for the two of you? For you, what do you experience? What do you do? What do you learn? Sig?
I think for me it's like a constant process of learning, because one of the great things that you get here at Exosphere is like the backgrounds. You can see like here in the house I come from marketing, advertising, social media. He comes from something that I don't even explain.
It's like Chandler.
Yeah.
It's like Chandler.
It's like what's again?
Mortgage underwriting.
Credit
analysis.
Credit analysis. So that's like.
You still know what that is.
Yeah. But I can't reproduce the words. And I think like for example we got that. So and we got like designers, and we got programmers, and we got scientists, and we got and every time you talk with someone, there's something new you can learn. For example, we had to start with this company, like this project. We said, okay, we need a name and we need a logo. And I had some really basic knowledge of maybe some design concepts. And I started making some designs or whatever. And then I spent like half an hour with this designer, Eduardo, the Brazilian guy. I did just like what I learned in that maybe half an hour, 40 minutes. It's like, man, this is amazing. I created. I don't know if it's a great logo, but much more professional
right.
logo than the thing I've done before. And it's always like that. There's always someone ready to help you, encourage you, ask you, hey, how's your project going? and hey, I know this guy that can help you. He knows how to do this. It's not even like only the people you know in Exosphere. It's also their network. Everybody's willing to put you in contact with someone else.
Yeah.
Right. No, well, what about you, Zach? What is your what do you feel happens in your day-to-day life here?
I think for me, my day-to-day, at least in the beginning, it was a realization that this is like what freedom is. Because being in a corporate environment,
yep.
You're used to 8:30, 5:30, 1 hour lunch, sit in your desk the rest of the time,
right.
Go to the bathroom once or twice. You know what I mean? So when I first got here, it was kind of like,
right.
So now what? So now after like working through that, it's using my time to actually be even more productive. I can do 2 or 3 hours of straight work and do 10 times what I would have done in a corporate environment, and then use the other time for helping other people, hanging out and building those relationships, building those networks with people.
Right. As if you were an adult.
Yes, exactly.
right.
It's crazy what happens when people trust you
to
do things.
Oh my God, absolutely. No, it's we had Jeremy Kulski coming for 3 days, just basically talking about the importance of trust and how we can change everything.
Yeah.
And definitely, it's really fascinating what people do when they are trusted. But I think there's an important element of trust, which is that trust kind of implies accepting that some things may not be known or clear, and it's part of the process. So Exosphere has, Jeremy Kulski told us, you guys seem here to be comfortable at the edge of chaos. That was his way of putting it, which we liked, and we agreed on it. There's parts that are pretty chaotic. So how do you guys deal with the chaos, the uncertainty, and the fast-paced changes of the day-to-day life here? How was that for you guys?
For me, I came in with the knowledge that this was going to be completely different, and that I was willing to give 100% to what was happening. So if that meant one day we're going to build sandcastles on the beach, I'm going to build sandcastles on the beach. It's got some point behind it.
I'm going to own it.
I'm going to own it, yeah.
Yes.
This is what I'm here for. I'm going to do it.
Right.
So that means I'm going to have to spend 2 or 3 days just on my own time, no one directing me to do something.
Right.
I'm going to do it and make the most of it. It was all about, there's a purpose behind what's happening. We're iterating just like any other business would to make this the best thing possible. So taking advantage of every opportunity,
right.
And leveraging it to get more out of it than
right.
ever thought I ever could back home.
Right. So committing to the process.
Yeah.
That I completely understand. And let's see, what about you?
Well, it's difficult to explain because what I think is that chaos usually one feels chaos when he perceives a lot of different things coming from different ways. And sometimes you are never actually, I think, comfortable with chaos. But you shouldn't be, because that keeps you aware. In everything in life, when you get comfortable, you get stuck. So being uncomfortable makes you aware, and it's like a direct response. I have these different things coming around. Okay, I need to deal with this, then to deal with this, then to deal with this, and it keeps you in a rhythm. It's the way it should be.
Right.
It's like the totally opposite of getting comfortable in a zone.
Yeah.
But even if you get comfortable in chaos, because that's just okay. A lot of things are happening around, but maybe comfortable in chaos just means you don't care too much.
It definitely
right.
keeps you on your toes.
Yeah.
Right. What have been some of the things? Where do you feel that? Where do you see it? Where do you see yourself reacting and staying on your toes?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think it was actually when we were first developing the idea for our business, trying to field, all right, we gotta get this website up. Oh crap, this isn't working. How to fix this? Okay, I fixed it. Now this isn't working. Now I gotta fix that. Talking to customers. This guy's emailing me from here. This guy's emailing me from here. How do I connect with all of them at the same time? Zeke actually did a whole day where we're down at the coast, so he went up to Santiago, spent a whole day just meeting with people. Sometimes meetings fall through, sometimes they don't.
Right.
You just take it in stride.
I think to that you should actually add that, because that's chaos within the project. But to that you have to add a lot of different things. Okay, I don't have an income right now. What am I going to do? Right. So while I'm trying to work on this project, I need to find a way to get some income. I need to talk to people too. Right. So it's just, how am I going to address all these different things I actually need to be in charge of, take care of.
Right. It's the sort of, we talk a lot about, and you guys remember dealing with the pain of each day.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe what you just said is, listen, it's tempting to imagine a whole future or whatever, but this is the problem we have to deal with today. Yeah. And this is what we're going to do. And just dealing with that. What about, the day-to-day, we talked about day-to-day life. Is there a moment that you guys think of, like, this was the best moment so far so we're in week 10. We're in the week 10 of the bootcamp. So a lot has happened. Is there a moment that comes to mind like, wow, this was incredible, and then the moment is like, oh, I really feel like shit right there. Like, what were the good, the highlight and the opposite of the experience so far?
My highlight, I think, was when we had our community building day. We all just got in a big circle and just talked through maybe hurts we had with other people, where they had hurt us, our backgrounds, where insecurities lied. Really just got to the point where we just opened up, shared who we were, and really built a community out of it, with like actual connectivity with people. And now I feel like I walk into the room and like, I know this guy, I know this girl, I know who they are as an individual, not just knowing their name. Like, I can feel where they're coming from. I can feel what they've been feeling. I can feel their hopes, dreams, and desires. Like a real depth to it.
It rarely happens in our our day-to-day lives, right? Like, it rarely happens that we build those.
You work with a guy 2 years, never know anything about his background, nothing about him except for his name, and then.
Right. So why was it so powerful for you? What was this?
Because of that same reason. Working in an office, I'm surrounded with people every day. Every single day, saw them every day from 8-9 hours. Never really knew them.
Right.
And then here for a couple weeks, and I'm bonded to these people now.
Right. Wow.
So it was powerful.
So that was a good. That
was a good day.
Okay.
It was a really good day.
What do you remember a really bad day?
A really bad day. A really bad day was actually the first day I got here. So I landed gringo in Chile. Everyone's speaking Spanish at me. Didn't know what was happening. And I got here and met Zeke, went in my room, sat down, and just thought, holy crap, what the hell did I just do? Everything I knew, everything I've done means nothing. I'm just totally in a whole new spot. You know what I mean? Like, it's realizing that the comfort zone's been stripped away. Now what? Like, I actually felt it being taken away from me, and went through maybe a couple hours of just dealing with it, and then after dealing with it, realizing that this is the new way that I'm going to live, and accepting it, it allowed me to have such a fantastic time here.
Wow. Well, it's good that your bad day is already taking sort of a positive note. That makes me very happy. What about you, Sig? What would you say? Good and bad?
I would have to agree that week was really powerful. I mean,
the community building.
The community, yeah. Because after those 2 days, it was like the atmosphere as a whole changed. It wasn't that there was something bad before that, but there was that week the willingness to be part of each other, to get involved in the projects of the rest of the people, to help each other. And it was something that you could just feel. It's difficult to explain, but something has actually changed. Everything went along really well.
Right.
And it helped you in a lot of ways, because it also make you feel better and concentrate better and really focus on your projects, and know that if you get stuck, somebody will actually help you. If I don't know, it's like
why do you and this is to both of you, and I want to get back to the other part of the question for you now, but why does this stand out so much compared to what happens back home? What is it that why did this feel so powerful? Or because it seems like there's something here. There seems to be a message here for people that don't get to go through this sort of experience. And you, Zach, sort of pointed at the kind of relationships we have back home. There's something missing there.
Yeah.
So why does not happening back home? Or in better way to put it, what do you think is here? What are the elements here that allow such a bonding to happen?
I think often we're served a fake sort of community, a counterfeit more or less, where you're told because you're in like I said, in the workplace with these people or whatever, wherever that comes from, that you're a community. But when push comes to shove, something bad happens, are they going to be there? You know what I mean? And then actually experiencing the real side of it, you can feel the contrast. So experiencing real makes everything else look, this is what counterfeit is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So once you have the real, it brings to light how much everything else is not.
Yeah.
For me, it also has to do with context. I mean, sometimes in the place we are not totally conscious, but we reserve a lot to ourselves. Even with a lot of people that you really friends, family, you have a really deep relationship. It's not easy to express yourself and to talk about different stuff. Maybe because there's a sensation that they're not going to be able to understand, or it's difficult to explain why also.
Right.
But getting here is maybe at the beginning it's also difficult, but once you start opening, it's like a little crack that starts to open up, and it's you start to feel comfortable. I don't know if it's the people, and we're lucky the kind of people we got here, but it's you feel comfortable around.
Well, that's really good. And I think you both touched on something really powerful. So I interrupted you. The first thing so community, you both kind of share. The community was a really good thing. What was a bad moment for you? A bad day?
It probably was be working on the project. I mean, from the social side, I don't think I got a bad day. So
everyone loves you here. Yeah.
What?
Everyone loves you.
I don't know.
I don't know why either.
But on the social side, I'm really happy with the people around, and so I don't have nothing to say about that. Nothing bad, at least. And on the regarding the project, we got a really great start, and it's difficult when you are up the hill, but working and happy with that, and maybe it's not that you crash against the wall, but it's you trip on something like a stone, and it's difficult sometimes to come back if you don't have people around that are actually going there to support you in a way. I went to Santiago. I talked with a lot of chefs to see if they were going to be part of, if they were willing to be part. And after that, everybody says yes. But actually advance and actually get people to do stuff is really difficult. And for example, when we saw that, these guys, they actually did it. 2 years ago they did, and they got funded. Why didn't it work? And that gets you doubting, should I do it or should I not? And it's you have a couple of bad days, but you have to go back, either by yourself or by having someone that actually says to you, hey, we can do it better, we can do it this way, we can change it. The fact that it didn't work for them doesn't mean that it's not going to work for you.
Right.
So it's you boost. It's like a boost, and you rebound from the downhill you were coming into.
Right. Well, again, I love that both you guys talk about a bad day as a moment to bounce back from, as a moment as a reason to improve or as a reason to grow, and that's fantastic. So so we're gonna get into some questions, and to anybody else that's watching and wants to ask their questions, type away. So the first one is from Antonio. What is the most important insight that you got from Exosphere?
Most important insight I got from Exosphere? That I can live my life in a form of freedom, where I can be free to pursue whatever I want to pursue and actually, make money with it and make a living out of it, and not have to go back, not have to work for somebody else to find meaning and find purpose. Because I think often when we meet people, we say, "Oh, hi, I'm an underwriter."
Right.
First, I'm Zach Barnes. I'm an underwriter.
Right.
Two things go hand in hand.
Right.
Now I'm Zach Barnes. I'm working on this. I'm working on this. But first and foremost, I'm Zach. That's all I am. So for me, that was really powerful, realizing that I can do whatever I want to do. I'm not limited. Be Zach. Yeah, and be Zach. Yeah. Right. So, or Superman, whatever.
Yeah. What about you, Sig? Most powerful insight that you got from Exosphere?
I would say that for me it would be that in any situation, in the end, you actually you're accountable for yourself. You have to answer for yourself. Like you can have like a lot of people around. You can have mentors. You can have people that like you feel you owe an answer or whatever. But everything in the end, it's you who you are going to have to be held accountable for. Like you have to hold accountable for yourself.
Right.
In the end, it's just you, and you may have a lot of support and people around that are they are willing to help you in the good things, in the bad things, but you have to do things for yourself.
Right. I love the merging you did and the balance between you talk about the people a lot, but at the same time you don't neglect that it's individual.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you can like people around you will probably support you,
right.
the good ones and also in the bad ones.
Right.
I'm not saying that at one point you will be alone, but in the end, I think you should feel that the most important person who you should be accountable to is yourself. Because in the end, at night when you go to sleep, you'll be there and it's you in your head and thinking, what did I did? What I didn't?
That is fantastic.
What did I do?
That's good. Good job. So, okay, we're going to go to next question from Joe. If you could do something different regarding Exosphere, what would it be? So I guess what can you change? Or I guess that is the question saying.
I think for me, the first couple of weeks, I spent a lot of time. We would do our discussions, and then the point where we had some free time, I would kind of go off on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I wasted a lot of time actually connecting with people,
mm-hmm.
where I could have built better relationships and connected with more people.
Mm-hmm.
Because at a certain point, within any community, there's groups that are formed.
Right.
And you can still move outside of groups, but I would have liked to have been able to see and interact with more people before groups are really set up. So, I mean, we're all still close and open, and we're all cool. It's just I'd like to be able to experience more with more people.
Right. Right.
For me, well, the question is regarding Exosphere or as a whole?
The question says, if you could do something different regarding Exosphere, what would it be?
It's a good question. Yeah, I think that at the beginning, usually with the mindset you bring from at home, like you tend to, okay, nobody's controlling me, so you waste a lot of time. And it's really difficult to get into this idea, like I said before, that it's you, like, who you have to answer to. So I would have liked to, like, get this change of mindset, like, first week, for example, instead of wasting time or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know that it's really difficult because there's a process you have to go through to get to that point.
Right.
I'm thinking that I could have done that at the moment just by saying it to myself. Yeah, I don't think it would have been possible. Maybe I could have tried and, like, with more time, be able to achieve it, like, in a shorter period of time. But I don't know if I would have been able to.
Right. No, that makes a lot of sense. And we have a question from Zach's mom.
Oh, hi, Mom.
By the way, a lot of people congratulated you for your haircut.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Zach's mom is asking, what is the favorite and least favorite part of the experience so far?
Favorite and least favorite part of the experience so far? Oh, gosh. Favorite would have definitely been the programming. Really enjoyed it. I can't. Least favorite.
Living with me?
Yes. I can't. Can come back to me. Go ahead.
All right. We'll go back to you.
Think of a least thing while we talk.
For me, the best part is probably the people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, back home, one of the things I was looking for more was get to know a lot of different people, different mindsets, but I could actually share stuff. And I consider myself a pretty social guy, and I'm happy with that because I think I got what I was looking for.
Wow, that's great. And the least favorite?
Least favorite? You didn't give me enough time.
It's hard.
But maybe the way to frame it is, what part was just tough? Like, it's just, even if you appreciate it, this part was like, oh, this was tough.
Well, I think it usually is when like we had these discussions and you have to face a lot of stuff, like things that you aren't used to confront. Like think about yourself. Think about.
I'm talking about Skinner's morning beatings.
Yeah, usually. Yeah, I didn't want to put a name on it.
We haven't called anybody out yet. I would agree with that. It was having people ask you the hard questions that they don't normally ask you in a comfortable situation.
Right.
Good question, Mom. Thanks.
but they come from law. They come from a place of especially
because people who back home usually tend to like they feel that beating you up is a way of actually hurting you instead of actually helping you grow and improve yourself.
Right. And it's actually fragilizing to avoid the pain of growth to other people, and which has to be legitimate. The point is not to be you just because, but to be you for good reasons. So another question from Andrea. Is Andrea your mom?
That's my mom.
Oh, so there's another one, and this is actually pretty good. Do you wish? What do you wish you had taken with you from back home? I guess.
More tea. The tea is crap. Any American food, really.
Oh, okay.
The Chilean people are very uncreative when it comes to their food choices.
We're gonna. They're listening to you. Yeah. Some people listen. No, good. So some American food. I will agree with that, by the way. I mean, American food, incredible. See, what would you wish you had taken from?
Warm clothes. Say warm clothes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Warm clothes.
A warmer jacket.
Warmer clothes. Perfect. Yeah.
It's been getting cold.
Yes.
It's been getting tough. So, next question. Did you make something completely new for you during the boot camp? So I guess it could be the business or anything that you think you made for yourself.
I mean, a lot of things new. The business, the programming, making a website. Never made a website before. Actually launching it, putting it so that I could accept emails. Yeah. I don't know if there's much.
For me, for example, I had worked in like I told you before, like had these little things I was working on the side, try to build stuff. But here, like, grab the phone and start calling people. Hello, you don't know me. Hey, hello, I have this project. I know your chef. You're the teacher at this school. And like talking with them and try to get them to have a meeting, and then go on a Monday and go around all the city alone, a city that I don't know, without a cell phone, and try to set meetings and try to be there on time and try to get together with people I'd never seen, so I didn't know how to look, and without cell phone, so it's just talking to random people. Hello, are you a chef? Hello, are you a chef? Hello, are you a chef? And after, try to convince people to get into your project, for example.
Yeah. Right. What's interesting is, do you feel it's like a lot of what you guys talk about is like it's like you were pushing to the fire, and it's like, all right, we gotta grow, otherwise I'm burning here, right? So, how does that feel? What do you think? Do you think this is something that will endure after the bootcamp is over? Like, I guess my question is, what do you feel you're taking that will last for like a long period of time? Despite what happens with the bootcamp?
I think the concept of making sure whatever I do, I have skin in the game.
Wow.
A lot of the stuff from Taleb's, actually most of his anti-fragility stuff from his book,
yep.
I've been thinking about a lot and how to incorporate it into my life. For those back home, skin in the game is exactly what it sounds like, making sure that you have something that's vested in what you're doing so that you have a reason to keep doing it. And one of the reasons that this trial by fire thing, we take advantage of everything that we can do is because we paid to be here. Now we have skin in the game. Like, right. I'm here and I paid to be here, so let's make something out of it.
Right.
And then just using various techniques from the Anti-Fragile book to make sure my life is anti-fragile.
Right. Right. Well, interesting. Hopefully you'll get some people to want to read the book.
Because read it. It's good. Mom, you should buy that book.
What about you? What are your thoughts?
I think for me, one of the toughest things that we'll have to face is like keep the boost on going. Because here you have a lot of people that actually helps you and pushes you in a way. Because it is you, but the people around you are in the same situation. Back home, you take all this new knowledge, all this all this stuff you learn, but it's easy to get trapped again in the same situation you came here. And I think you need to be able to keep that boost, that the ongoing that you have here every day, and so as not to get stuck again.
Right. So I was going to ask, and you kind of got ahead. Is we're in week 10, about to end week 10, 2 more weeks, and it's going to be over. What are you guys' feelings as we're coming towards the end?
A little bit of sadness. Obviously, we're leaving a lot of people behind that we really like. Not forever, but for the time being, we have to part ways. And also excitement. Exciting that now that I've, been able to experience this and learn what I've learned, to actually apply it in something and to take it forward and to see what I can do with it outside of these 4 walls, metaphorically.
Right.
Well, I was going to use the exact 2 same words, like sadness and excitement. Sadness because of why you live here.
Close.
Yeah. And although, you can live them because we know that we're going to stick around and know each other, still connect with each other and know what everybody's doing, be part of something bigger. But the day-to-day life is really interesting. It's really fun. It's really entertaining. It's really
right.
And that it's probably something that will be sad to lose.
Right.
And excitement because I have all these new tools. How do I apply them? How everything, all these new things I learn, both skills and mindset, how am I going to apply them back home and keep this sensation, this feeling that you can actually do big stuff, big things? How are we going to apply them to actually make them?
That's awesome. And to kind of get into a more positive note, as we're getting towards the end of the hangout, Zach, 2 words. Tell me what comes to mind. Truco, Fernet.
Choripan.
Okay, 3 words. Choripan. And explain what the hell those things are.
Argentina! Viva Argentina! So Truco, for everyone outside of Argentina, is this bizarre card game that they have where, I don't even know how to explain it. There's you talk to people. It's like poker, but you have to talk to the people across from you, and you're on teams, and there's signs.
There's nothing to do
We're really good at it.
Really?
We crush everybody else.
Oh, wow.
There's some people that live down the hall, and they're terrible. Absolutely terrible. Fernet is, it's like this, I don't know, it's another thing that no one outside of Argentina gets. Just weird
what
liquor.
What do you do to him?
It's weird liquor.
We are Argentinians.
I love all this stuff. It's just nobody else understands it. It's crazy.
So it's been a lot of this, picking up weird things from all different countries.
Yeah. He does this weird thing when he doesn't believe he was.
I thought that was a natural instinct of people. I learned that it was something just Argentinians do.
It blew my mind when he first did it. I was like, what was that? What's that face? What's that noise? What's happening?
What does he do? What are some of his Americanisms?
America, man, everything has.
He's wearing a Superman t-shirt.
Everything has butter.
Don't lie. You put mayonnaise on everything.
Oh my god. So butter.
Food is something really good. Chile is really good. I don't get to eat Chile in Argentina. That's something that really does actually good. It's something I love. The times I've been in the
Chuck is a good cook.
Great Chile. Great Chile.
How many times do you hear the Chile in Chile joke?
Yeah, we're tired of that.
Yeah, good. Yeah, me too. I can't stand it. So we're gonna do the last question, which I think is appropriate. Would you do this again if you had a chance?
Yes.
Of course, yeah, definitely.
Cool. So, Zach, Sieg, thank you. both for time and for the laughs. Great, it's also awesome. We're all of us actually very happy you guys came. And to anyone who's watching, thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time.